Pratham, I'm going to straight away put a question out for you. Does Bangladesh realistically have a chance in this test match?
For Bangladesh, a draw is equivalent to a win.
I played there. It's a wicket that comes slow and low. 13 test matches have ended in draw, Pratham. 13 test matches have ended in draw.
I will not deny that at all. It is absolutely correct what you're saying. There will be pressure.
But we really hope Virat Kohli gets the runs in this test match.
Magnificent catch. Just look at Badri now, diving into it.
Lovely shot. Picks it over the offside. That's a good shot.
Back-to-back boundaries. Hello and welcome to Cric It with Badri. It's another episode of Cric Debate. This video is presented to you by DIVO News. We have our guest Pratham with us. Hi Pratham, how are you doing?
Good, Badri, how are you?
Very well, very well. Fresh on the back of an extraordinary win from Team India in Chepauk in the first test against Bangladesh. Pratham, I'm going to straight away put a question out for you. Does Bangladesh realistically have a chance in this test match? Because the way they folded the first test, I kind of expected it. First two sessions they won, but after that they never had a chance. But are you still maintaining the statement that you gave, Pratham, during the first match that Bangladesh are not going to be a pushover?
I still think that they will put up a fight, Badri. I mean, the first two sessions showed that they're a vastly improved team, but to beat India and India, you need that extra gear, which India always seem to find. The only reason why I'm even thinking that they may acquit themselves well is because this is a black soil pitch, which is exactly the kind of pitch they play back in Bangladesh. It is not a red soil pitch. A black soil pitch is slow, it is low, and you won't get bounce, you won't get sharp turn. So that for Bangladesh, a draw is equivalent to a win. That is what I'm thinking. And the last test India played in Kanpur, if you recall, Rachin Ravindra saved the game by batting on the last 10 overs. The pitch wasn't playing any tricks. India tried very hard.
Yeah, true. About talking about the pitch and the venue, it's been named the Modi Stadium here in Kanpur, and the wicket is a very, very placid one, Pratham. You mentioned, yes, black soil. I played there. It's a wicket that comes slow and low. It's hard to get runs, but it's harder to get wickets. Just to give you some perspective in the form of numbers, 23 test matches have been played here. 7 have been won by the home side, obviously India. 3 have been won by the touring side, but 13 test matches have ended in draw, Pratham. 13 test matches have ended in draw. So that's how placid this wicket is. So if we get a draw, we need not be surprised on this wicket. It's a slow, low track here.
Yeah, before I answer your question, I'm going to ask you, you said you played in Kanpur. How much did you score in that game? Do you remember?
I didn't get to bat. I didn't get to bat. How placid it was. So it was like... I in a test match I didn't get to bat, but then playing for Tamil Nadu, it was a very, very placid track. It was a slow, low track. Only possibility of the bowlers getting a wicket was through reverse swing. Otherwise, you really didn't have chance as a bowler.
And I think India will, they shouldn't make a mistake and go for a back turner because Bangladesh have good spinners, and I think Taijul Islam will play this test. But India need the positive result, Badri, because you have 3 tests after this against New Zealand, and definitely they're a step up. They're not Bangladesh; they're one step up. Even though they lost to Sri Lanka 2 days ago, New Zealand will be a tough opposition. They're coming off a subcontinental tour, so they have enough practice. And then you have the BGT. So I wish the venue was somewhere else so that India could, win. But we'll have to see. The only reason is the wicket, which is the reason why I think Bangladesh will have a chance of maybe salvaging a draw.
Yeah. Just to give you some perspective in the form of numbers, India won their 6th consecutive test against Bangladesh, which is most against any other test-playing nation. 6 consecutive wins against a test-playing country. So Bangladesh have basically been friendly with India when it comes to numbers. But then once again, we have to talk about Ashwin and Jadeja. I think they're going to be a force to be reckoned with the bat and with ball. Jadeja, incidentally, Pratham, he is the highest run scorer when it comes to Kanpur. He really loves batting here. I think he's going to be a crucial player. Not only his bowling, his left arm spin, his control, the way he finishes over fast, it's all going to be a factor. But he has scored 142 runs as well in 2 innings in Kanpur. So he really loves this venue, Ravindra Jadeja.
Also, Badri, very, very important game for Jadeja because he needs 1 wicket for 300. Everybody's forgotten that almost, because if Jadeja gets that 300th wicket, he's already got 3,000 runs. he will be the second fastest man in the history of cricket to get to 3,000 runs and 300 wickets. Botham is the first. He did it in 72 tests. Now
Yeah.
Jadeja stands on the cusp of a milestone, which is remarkable. If he can do it, second quickest man for 300 wickets and 3,000 runs. So big game for Jadeja coming up.
Big game for Jadeja. Talking to in terms of numbers, Ashwin also is 1 wicket away from 100 wickets in 4th innings. He's taken 99 wickets. So he's just 1 wicket away from 100 in the 4th innings. That is also a phenomenal number. Talking, yes, good numbers, but then I want to talk about one player. I still wouldn't call it a concern, but I really want him to get runs. Virat Kohli, Pratham. This venue has not been good to him. He played 2 innings there. He's just got 27 runs. He didn't get runs in the first match. It's an important test season. Do you think? And another thing, after 2019, Pratham, is first time he's been named the Delhi Problems. What is the DDCA trying to tell us? I really don't know. So it's we want Virat to get runs, isn't it? Going to this test season.
Absolutely, and I think you have after this Bangladesh test ends, there's about a 16-17 day gap before the New Zealand test, which starts around October 17th or 18th. So if there is an Ranji fixture in between, I don't see any harm in Virat going out batting for about 45 minutes to an hour in the middle. Nothing like getting out there in the middle, hitting a few balls in a real match situation. So for all you know, he may have asked for that, because I don't think the DDCA will put his name in the probables without checking with him. So, but I think he needs runs under his belt for sure. There's no doubt.
Yeah.
He looked very scratchy, extremely scratchy.
Yeah. We really hope Virat Kohli gets the runs in this test match. But then talking about the 11, Pratham, I personally, if you want me to take an assessment on the 11, I don't see any changes that is happening in the form of performance, because it is just one test and most of the batsmen have get runs. KL Rahul will definitely get another match. Probably it's going to be an important match for KL Rahul. What do you think, Pratham? Because he has not been in the best of touch. There are players waiting in the wings who have got runs and are sitting out. KL Rahul is walking in. I understand it's just two test innings, but there is some pressure on him. I can feel it. It's going to be an important test for KL Rahul.
I mean, I'm going to make the statement, and I don't know how many people will agree, or many will probably disagree. I think KL Rahul deserves definitely a longer rope than this, because in his last series, he scored 100 in South Africa under testing conditions with 86 in Hyderabad, then was injured. He was looking decent in the second innings. They
Yes,
declared
Pratham, I agree with you. I'm going to cut you here. Why? Because I agree with you, Pratham. Yes, you are talking in the long term, but this is Indian cricket, Pratham. There is no long term in Indian cricket. You are forgotten as soon as you are out of the team due to injury or performance or whatever. See, these guys, the Sarfaraz Khans and the Jurels, they have come in and they've got the runs and they're still waiting in the wings. I personally feel that because of that, it's unlucky. KL Rahul missed out because of injury. Because of that, I feel there is some pressure on him in this test match.
I will not deny that at all. It is absolutely correct what you're saying. There will be pressure on him. And when KL Rahul comes to bat under pressure, he doesn't play his natural game, which he's a fine free-stroking player. I still think he's the best number 5 or number 6 you'll take to Australia on those pitches. You will need a KL Rahul. So it's important that he gets runs, gets confidence. I'll only tell you this, Badri, not to debate you or anything, but there was a guy called Rahane who was failing continuously for 15 matches. We kept him in the team. So give KL Rahul the same benefit. I know people will come back and say after 50 tests his average is only 34, but the guy has shown glimpses. We know he can do stuff. It is just that I don't know what is stopping him from going on a run and getting 200-300s in about 7-8 games. I don't know what is happening. Yeah, this is this is a big game for him, no doubt.
If it can be given for Rahane, why can't it be given for Rahul? Asks Pratham. I don't know what's going to happen, but then that is a very, very valid question. I totally agree with you, Pratham, on this. I am also not going to debate. I'm just saying the way things have been working in Indian cricket. Apart from this, in the 11, I don't see any changes. One possibility is resting Bumrah. It could be an option because of this low wicket. But as of now, he's with the team. He's traveling with the team. So I think he's going to play. Like you mentioned, there is about 2 weeks gap after this test match. So in all probability, I think Bumrah will play because we have to keep one eye on the WTC rankings as well.
True. And I honestly, I would like to see Yash Dayal play instead of maybe Siraj. The only reason why I'm saying it is, Badri, if you are going to take Yash Dayal to Australia, which I think they are going to do, it is very unfair on the young man to just put him in a test series in Australia, have him make his debut there. Let the selectors see what he's got. Let his nerves get calmed down. Let him finish off the debut test. I think now's the right time. If not now, one test against New Zealand, give it to him because even Siraj needs to be rotated. You can't play Bumrah, Siraj throughout and expect them to play in the BGT 4-5 tests. It's going to be tough. You're right, because it's a WTC, points are at stake, and because there is like a 17-day gap after this, Bumrah will play this test. If he wasn't playing, they would have released him. What is the point in making him travel all the way to Kanpur and bowl in the nets if you're not going to
Yeah,
play him?
exactly.
So
Exactly
yeah,
my point as well.
I
Yeah,
think he'll
exactly
play.
my point as well. Yeah. So
I would prefer he not play.
in all probability, I think we might see the same 11, and India definitely going in as favourites against Bangladesh in Kanpur. But Bangladesh is
I think there will
capable
be
of
one
pulling up.
change. But there will be one change. I think either Siraj or Akashdeep, Kuldeep will play because it's a black soil
Yeah.
pitch. You won't have the same bouncers in Chennai. So I think Kuldeep will replace either Siraj or Akashdeep. Is my gut feel.
I get a feeling that they might not, because I think they prefer to go with three seamers. Because in Kanpur, even the spinners, they might not get so much purchase. They might go with the same level. That's my belief. But then let's wait and watch whether they're going to go with three spinners, two fast bowlers, or three fast bowlers. Time will answer that. But thank you, Pratham, for coming on Cricket with Badri and sharing your views.
Thank you for having me, Badri. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. And this video was presented to you by DIVO News. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video, and press the bell icon as well. Whenever we post a video, you will get a notification. Thank you guys. See you soon.